The Immaterial Games podcast with these guys.
Offside. Right, okay, cool. We'll rule that out. No, I'm joking.
I'm eating ice cream, and I have 2 of them. So
What flavour?
I have milk
Ice cream
lollies.
flavor. Wow.
You know the original milk lollies?
Mini milks.
Yeah, and it's vanilla because I ate the chocolate ones yesterday.
Oh. I've still got half my dime ice cream to eat. Dime?
What a very sweet morning. I had waffles with chocolate chips.
Yeah.
Hey, tiger bread.
The savourist.
I had a full English breakfast for dinner because my work, that's what they give me.
I had scrambled egg and chips.
It's sort of like a quarter English then.
Not really. Wait, who you calling?
Nothing better than a good bit of confusion to start the 64th weekly Immaterial Gamers podcast.
Hey, 64, like the Nintendo 64. My favorite gaming
Wait,
console.
by the way, I lied. It's not vanilla, it's strawberry. I don't know how I got that wrong.
The deception. The plot twist.
I'm sat there going,
Absolute
this doesn't
deception.
taste like vanilla. Oh, it's strawberry, that's why.
Plot twist! This is great. Yeah, this is plot twists. Hi, this week we're all M. Night Shyamalan movies.
Hi,
I'm The Sixth Sense, Ryan. And then we've got The Village, Stefan.
Hi.
Hi. Then we've also got Unbreakable, D.
Woo.
And then we've got Split, Duncan.
I guess that's me, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what
So,
was I?
You were The Village.
Oh. I don't know what that is. I've not
Well, it's
seen
an
it.
M. Night Shyamalan film that's about people in a village. It's kind of self-explanatory, to be honest.
I've not seen that film.
You know, and all that stuff. But, so how have everyone been in the week that we were off?
What was I doing? Why wasn't I here?
You were having a birthday.
Thanksgiving birthday.
Right, yeah, I was away in Kitchener with family, having a birthday, a big seafood feast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys suck.
Duncan's horrible.
It was
Like
a
that.
fucking $300 dinner is what that was. It was pretty awesome.
Nice. I mean, that's like around £60, isn't it?
Yeah. Almost.
Almost. We would just keep the Canadian money to British money joke going, but then again, we're recording this on the day that we've had more Brexit bollocks.
Oh, God, not again.
So our pound's probably gone down again. So
It went up.
I
yeah,
thought
it
you
went up,
I
didn't
thought
it?
you fucking guys were sorting that out by now.
No.
no, as D said,
We worked backwards.
So what you're saying is Boris Johnson lied to all of us.
yeah. In attempting to get it done, he ended up more in the news for getting someone done. So yeah.
Oh, Boris.
Yeah, Boris, you funny rugby tackling while playing football blonde-haired man. Given a bit of power, though, and it just showed that you are nothing more than a celebrity. Yeah, so I was in Blackpool for non-holiday reasons, and so that's that talk. Steph, you were just working, weren't you?
That's why I did what I normally do for a podcast when I work.
Yeah.
Dropped in, did some comments and left.
Yeah.
Be a pain and then leave, then be a pain again.
That's how it works. And then D, how was the weird situation that you had with Steve and Darius? And
I'm going to put it this way:
Terry.
how was being the host, Anna?
I wasn't the host, was I? Well, like, I kept changing the pace and stuff, though, so maybe...
You were the host.
Okay, yeah. At the very minimum, you were the pace setter. So,
he was the host.
Danny's a pacemaker.
Yeah.
Danny's a pacemaker. I need one of them.
I don't know how it went, but it was... I know we went dead technical at the end. What?
Yeah, he's did. He's basically a nice big loving on computer components. It was great.
Yeah, we... the one thing I noticed is that we were all... I know me and Darius are definitely builders. Terry has built his own computer, and yeah, I know Steve knows bits about computers, so yeah, we just went technical.
Yeah, you know what? It was a change
technical
of
experience.
pace. Yeah.
It wasn't. It was less podcast, more technical, like to and from.
Tech chat.
Welcome to the Tech Chat.
Tech talk.
Yeah. Welcome to Tech Talk chat discussion.
Yeah, basically us four would be better in that kind of scenario. Well, most of us anyway.
Yeah. That's all good, and more like that. You never know. It might happen. I think it probably should happen. Stop it stagnating. So, speaking of stagnating, we have a new feature coming up later on in the podcast that we'll get round to. But for now, we'll go to our good old home and do some what's been played.
What's being played?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Just to go on this, it is an uh-oh because I can't think of what I played. Are you in the same situation?
I know what I've
Sweet.
played, but I've played the same thing for the last 4 weeks in a row.
So, based on that, Steph, what have you been doing on Borderlands 3?
Doing True Vault Hunter?
Okay, no, that's a different discussion. We haven't talked about True Vault Hunter yet on Borderlands 3.
I think you unlock it once you beat the game for the first time.
Yeah, it's playthrough
Yes.
2 basically.
Yeah.
Where I went a different way with Borderlands 3.
You're just doing the mayhems, aren't you?
Yeah, Mayhem
I'm going
versus
through the
Vault
Mayhem
Hunter.
tier. I'm going through the Mayhem tiers. I finally reached 50 today. That's my thing for today. I finally hit 50.
Oh. I get the feeling at this point I'm now the lowest level out of the four of us.
No, you're not.
No, you're not, Duncan.
Duncan's
still
still
on
not
the-
completed the story.
Yeah.
He's on,
Hi, guys.
He's on Jacob's planet.
I'm being
Mine's
lazy.
Jacob's.
If you want,
I've already
I
seen a
can
second
happily
vault.
push that ahead because he's on the same point as me. So if he joins me at True Vault Hunter difficulty, he'll get the extra gold and the extra experience.
I wouldn't say Duncan's been.
Well, it's
been
not the
slow. He's-
leveling part that I'm having problems with. It's the story part that I'm having problems with.
Yeah.
It's not even
It's-
that. It's just like I'm
It's
just
takes
taking
a
my
long
time is all, you know?
Yes, it's good to experience everything there is in it. No need to rush. So
I don't rush.
Yeah. But no, basically I just need to try and figure out the Mayhem stuff and how I'm going to farm. Because I don't really fancy doing playthrough. I'll help Steph with playthrough 2, but I don't want to start playthrough 2 on my own. I've got 94% of the galaxy done on playthrough 1. So I'd rather finish the playthrough 1, if you know what I mean. I've been playing Space Engineers with Terry, and we've been blowing up vehicles and making monsters of vehicles.
okay.
Yeah, I tried to make a bit. My first vehicle's blown up half a dozen times. My second vehicle hasn't blown up yet, but we don't know what the fuck it's going to be. It's,
A vehicle.
yeah, we don't know what its purpose is. It's just our vehicle at this point, and we
Its
can't
purpose
decide.
is to be yours.
Yeah.
So I've been helping Terry out with a bunch of that. And last night I was helping Sapphire with Stardew Valley. I've completed all of it, and Sapphire's like, I'm trying to piece it together because she's got one point of it, and I'm trying to get her through the other points so we can progress.
That's a question then. Has any one of us actually talked about Stardew Valley?
Don't think so. Not as a game
Oh
I
my-
actually play that much.
I
Oh
like
my
it.
god, it's a new game to talk about. What
I
is
like
Stardew
Stardew
Valley, D?
It's a weird game. You have 28 days. You have 4 seasons, and you have 28 days in each season, and you play from 6 in the morning till 2 at night, and then at 2 at night you crash out. You're not in
Okay.
bed by that point.
And what's
Okay,
what's
what do you do in the
s-
game?
Yeah, what's the story of it and what do you
Basically,
do?
you start off as a farmer, and you can do mining and fishing and stuff like that. So it's very laid back. But Stardew Valley is basically you're a farmer, and you've got to get through the seasons. So spring, you've got your spring plants. Summer is your summer plants, so on and so forth. And there's little events all the way through the year, and then you just go on year after year after year. So it's endless in that kind of sense. And yeah, and you start off with like very shitty farm, and you got to dig it all out, till it all up, and you as you go through the mine, you get gold, bronze, silver, and gold. Bronze, iron, gold.
Well, isn't that whole thing of like you being in Stardew Valley just another case of you've inherited something from X family member?
Yeah, Grandpa died, left it you, and
Okay.
you become a villager. There's 2 parts. There's the villager part, and then there's the one of the progressions that I've still got to figure out is I'm married now, but I haven't got the 2 kids. because you can get married and have kids and stuff like that with
Right.
one of the villagers. So with each villager, you've got hearts to collect with each one of them by giving them gifts, like 2 gifts a week.
Mm-hmm.
And so that gives them favour. If they like the item, then you get favour. If they don't like the item, you get reduced favour. So you've got to work out what they like. There's a wiki that explains it all, but if you have to work out what they like, and then you got to figure out which villager you want to date or whatever.
Yeah.
If you want to date one of them.
Romance subplot. Do-do-do-do-do.
You can have the romance subplot. You can go mining. You can go. Basically, you got to prepare the village. There's 2 ways of doing it though. There's the community centre, what is doing like the challenges that the community centre wants. So they want X, Y, and Z. Or you can pay Jojo Mart a shit ton of money to do it for you.
Okay.
If you don't want to do the the to get one of the parts, you need to do the fishing. So the A gives you reasons why you need to go and find certain fish at certain times. Without the wiki, though, you would be screwed because, like the puffer fish, it only spawns in summer between 10 and 4
Right.
on sunny days in the ocean.
As fish do. Okay.
It's very specific, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And there's 5 legendary fish, 1 for each season and 1 in the sewer. So if you want to collect all, like the when I collected all the fish, it took like a full in-game year or year and a half in-game to get it all done.
Yeah.
And I'm on within 2 years you can get most of the game done. And then at the end of year 2 you see Grandpa and he goes, "Hi, you've done well," and da-da-da. But it just keeps going. And you build it on your own. And you can get animals and stuff. So, and you can, as you get higher level, you can automate it and stuff like that. So it starts off, the first year you've got to till and water everything. By year 2 you can get sprinklers and stuff like that.
Right.
So you can automate it a little bit better. And it takes less time and less energy. Because you've got an energy bar. And if you run out of energy, you're dead. Oh, not dead, but you crush out.
You get knocked out, don't you, or something? You get fatigued.
Yeah, you get
I think is
fatigued,
how
get
they
knocked
do it.
out. Yeah, you get fatigued and knocked out, and then you get dragged back home. And a percentage of your gold and items go missing.
Mm.
And then the only mobs that can kill you are in the mine. Well, mine and secret woods, but yeah. That's the only part you have a health bar, is in the mine area.
It's a very peaceful sort of game.
Yeah, it's very peaceful and there's magic in the world and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like a magic twist. So it's just like the spirits that are helping you are little magic sprite things.
Mm. Okay.
So it's very laid back, and it's just the annoying bit is you at 2 a.m. you will crash out wherever you are in the village, in the mine, wherever.
Yep. Well, it turns out not all characters can stay up 24 hours a day, it seems.
And then you'll wake up at 6 o'clock with a part of your energy missing and percentage of gold or items missing, depending on where you crashed.
So that tells you to manage your time wisely.
Yeah, and then at 6 a.m. it starts all over again.
Mm.
You can't eat food to regenerate your energy. And in 2-player mode, you can go to bed. Oh, sorry, I need to wrap this up there.
Keep going.
But yeah, in 2-player mode and more, you all share the farm. But you can, when you're in bed, you can regen your health without skipping the days. Because you can just go to bed and skip the day if you want.
Yeah.
So you wake up and it's like, I don't want to do anything. Just skip the day. But you got to water the plants and whatnot.
Okay.
So, but if you've got the sprinkler system like I have, I can just skip through
Right.
the season. Because it waters it for me, so I don't have to sit there and water everything.
Allows you to just sort of do stuff.
I can plant it at the beginning of the season and just leave it, harvest it when it needs harvesting, and then whatever.
Okay. Cool. No worries. So
it's a very relaxed kind of like farming simulator.
Yeah.
Village life, shall we say. Nice relaxing village life.
Good. Right, so have you had any nice village relaxing life, Duncan?
Nice relaxing village life. Not so much. My sister has. She plays it with my mom, actually. The two of them like to play together.
Yeah, that's how Sapphire fingered it. That's how she got into it.
Yeah.
That's because of AJ humor.
I sort of picked it up for the PS4 as something for people around the house to just dip into, as, you know.
The game saves at the end of each day.
Yeah.
But if you do die, like collapse or whatever, and the day's not over, you can just exit the game.
So
It saves at the end of the day.
So you can
So-
be a little cheaty with it, but
If you want
know.
to be cheaty, you can, because the game saves when you go to bed. So if you don't like the way the day's gone, you can exit, come back. Technically, the day's never happened.
yeah, that's cool. Right, Duncan, what have you been playing, mate?
Alright. So while I haven't been playing Stardew Valley, I have been playing a different game.
Okay.
I was playing a game called Overcooked 2
Woo!
with my sister. Yeah.
Yes.
My sister got it for the PS4. And during our birthday weekend while I was away,
Yep.
we were playing it a lot together. Overcooked 2 is obviously the sequel to Overcooked 1. It doesn't really need to be explained. But
Is that the cooking game? It's got to be a cooking game.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, it's a cooking game. Basically, two characters, or however many people you have anyway. You progress through a series of levels that all present various cooking challenges.
Mm-hmm.
Some recipes are really easy to make, like salads. It's just like lettuce or lettuce and tomato.
Yeah.
Fish and chips, pretty easy.
Mm.
Fish, chips, or fish and chips. But some recipes are rather complicated, like making shrimp sumai is a whole process.
Yeah, the cooking in Stardew is weird. But yeah, because you've got to watch cooking every Wednesday and Sunday to learn the recipe.
Yeah. You don't get that nice relaxing pressure in an Overcooked game though, do you?
No, Overcooked it can be a bit of a pain in the ass. The thing about Overcooked is that where the challenge comes in is the levels become increasingly absurd in their setting and premise. You go from cooking in a relatively normal kitchen to sometimes you're on a boat and shit's, leaning back and forth and your counters and tables are moving from side to side. Sometimes you're in a volcano and the platforms that you're using to navigate between stations melt away and you have to wait.
God, I still remember the first Overcooked where you're cooking between two halves of a restaurant on a motorway, I think it is, and just the trucks.
Yeah, you
Just,
get things like that.
So,
Oh, jeez.
I would say we've gotten to World 6, which I have no idea how much of the game that is. But I would say that based comparing that to the first game, I would say that overall the game is a lot less unfair than its predecessor.
okay.
Which is good because we never finished the first one because we just got to a certain certain point with some of the levels where it's just like these levels are hard. I don't know how to complete them, and I'm not having fun trying to figure it out.
Fuck it.
So yeah, that wasn't.
You
that
hit the
wasn't
fuck it
great.
wall.
Yeah.
Oh, the fucking
But-
wall.
But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. There's been a couple really like relentless stages, but overall it's been a pretty enjoyable experience. You get some good comedy moments, good epic saves.
That's a good thing because that's like it's a as what I effectively think of it in my head as a 4-player diner dash.
Mm.
That's something good. And actually, the cooking game sort of genre between Overcooked and what is it? Ready Cook Delicious, I think it is.
Never heard of it.
Oh, it's one. It's like a tower. You own a plot in a corporate tower that's a restaurant, and it is just a single player cooking game. But it's all like people walk up and they make you got orders and you've got like a metric fuck ton of ingredients on the right hand side, but every ingredient is a shortcut on a keyboard or a controller, and the idea is like very muscle memory stuff. Very high paced sort of game. Same with Overcooked, except a lot of that high pace is in navigating each level as opposed to memory.
Because the challenge of Overcooked isn't just that you have to make these recipes. You also just have to manage the space itself, and it's like you gotta make sure you get the right orders in the right time. Get the right orders in the correct order sequence. That's two different kinds of order. Order as in a plate of food, and order as in a sequence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you have to wash dirty dishes as they come back.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's
you
just
have
a lot of management of the.
and
cannons.
Yeah, that's it.
Sometimes,
that's
you know,
Overcooked.
sometimes your stations will change shape, and certain areas will be inaccessible to certain players, and you kind of have to coordinate who will do what tasks at what time,
Yeah.
based on who is,
So it's
in
like a
what parts.
kitchen. Because kitchen has that. You've got like sous chef and head chef and like pot washer and whatnot.
I guess.
Yeah,
it
a lot of
feels at that
times,
point
a
it
lot
sort
of times
makes-
you do. A lot of times you often will sort of assign yourself roles. Like, I'll be taking care of these things while I'm over here. You take care of those things while you're there.
Mm.
Mm.
But
Makes coordination easier.
but it's
But there's a lot of improvising as well.
improvisation's awesome.
That's
Sometimes.
probably what makes the best sort of game, is the ability to adapt when something suddenly goes wrong.
And things will go wrong.
Yeah. You know, that's a game that I'm looking forward to. I don't know if you've seen in Steam's beta list recently that they are now going to be doing online local co-op.
Oh, yeah.
A shared play feature. So
Yeah, if someone owns the game,
yeah.
but it's got local... Yeah, I was reading up about that. It was interesting.
yeah, and it's saying it can go up to. They're looking at getting it up to 4 players.
'Cause,
That
you
would
know, like
work
I
for
got the...
something like Overcooked.
No,
That
like
would
my
be
Batman,
awesome.
no, like my Lego games.
Mm.
That's local only, so that would become multiplayer.
Yeah, I mean that's the same issue with Overcooked at the moment. Is as multiplayer as the game is, it's local.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's the biggest weakness of it. Is it's like, I'd love to play it with some other people, like you guys, for example, but I can't because I gotta be there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had it in the play session list, and then it got brought up that it was a local co-op, and it was like, shit.
But no, if that does come out, we can play the Lego games and stuff as future things, maybe.
Yeah, there's the opens up. It's going to be nothing more than beneficial to us because it opens up.
Our game lists,
A
because
lot
only
more.
one of us has to. Only one of us needs it as well.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, no, cool. That's Overcooked. Steph, I know we only briefly mentioned your Borderlands 3 thing. Do you want to talk a bit more about Vault Hunter?
There's not much of a difference compared to the normal story mode.
Well, no, the big.
Which makes it different.
Is it just more difficult? Is it a bit just like playthrough 2 in any other Borderlands game then?
I'd say so.
Yeah. Well, I played the very beginning with him, and in the first boss area, we had anointed already.
Yeah, you get a 90 straight off the bat.
Oh, wonderful. I love Anointed. They are not the worst characters in the game.
Basically, that's the big difference. Is you've got anointed from the beginning.
And enemies hit a lot harder.
Yeah, but then it's also based on the mayhem, because you can also set the mayhem difficulty as well.
Oh, yeah.
Or the other.
Oh, mayhem. Basically, the torment levels from Diablo on
Yeah.
of Borderlands.
But yeah, basically, if you can do it on Mayhem 2, then you get a decent amount of loot anyway.
You know why you're probably struggling on Mayhem 1, don't you?
Because I don't have loot yet.
No, because every enemy in Mayhem 1 is 15% bulletproof.
Mm.
And depending... I'm assuming you use a lot of...
I use a lot of Torg Jacobs.
what elemental do you use?
I tend to... Well, Zuma uses radiation.
So you use nuclear.
Yeah, the
Again, they
nuclear
have
symbol.
15% damage from that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that I think the thing with like Mayhem is that's supposed to sort of cycle to keep you
Well, it
a
brings
bit
everything
like,
up.
like
Best thing is,
with-
they don't seem to... Like, I use a lot of Inferno damage.
Mm.
They don't seem to get any debuffs for that, so I'll be perfectly fine.
No, basically, I found Mayhem 1, it just drags everything up to your level. It makes it a little bit harder.
Everything should be your level anyway as soon as you start playing.
No. If you don't turn a Mayhem on, they stay at the shitty level. So you need to enable at least Mayhem 1.
yeah,
Because if you're on your single player and you're on your own, it doesn't do that.
fair
It's
enough.
when someone joins you. When you join them, you match their level and their level is matched.
Fair dues. Good old Mayhem, good old.
But at least that gives you the flexibility of if you want to do playthrough 2, you can do. If you want to do Mayhem, you can do Mayhem.
They do
You don't have...
take Oh no, weapon. Oh, they have increased fire rate.
But a lot of that mayhem sounds to me like you would do in Diablo with Paragon levels. In sort of the,
Yeah, you want to
the
get to
Guardian
a certain
rank in
mastery
the
rank
game.
or something. Guardian
Yeah.
rank. And then that's when you will go to the next one. So once you've got to a certain rank and you've increased your your weapon damage, your shield rate, your shield capacity, and all the rest of it to a certain level.
Well, I've also respec Zane at level 50, so now he's got a hell of a lot more regen and survivability.
See, but with that, you've just took away a lot of his damage, I'm assuming.
Not really. I've kept the damage points and the excess points because I filled out his tree 100%.
Oh, so see, I went down my tree that gave me, and then looked at other stuff. It gave me a lot of damage and tank, and then just went down the other tree that just gave me my health regen a lot faster. So I was like, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, basically, I went through the attack tree first, but instead of filling every point of the attack tree, I've skipped bits and pieces of it that aren't really useful.
So I went down
And
my survival tree, I believe.
It's the one that I have Zuma with, so I use my drone, and I've took the barrier healing mechanic, so I get extra health, extra shield, and I regen a lot quicker. And I just lifesteal like a mother. If I'm not lifestealing, I'm regening ridiculously quick.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Well, I'm going to do a very, very quick version for my what's been played on there. Because I've played... Yes, I am allowed, Steph.
I saw you were typing.
No
I
kidding,
had
yeah.
to write something. It looked like you were been typing for quite a bit, so it was like, no, man, you're not allowed.
Yeah. So, more Final Fantasy 14 Online.
Woo!
I think...
You finally got
And
out
I
them
think-
cues.
Oh no, those queues are there to stay. Dear God, they seem
days.
to just be there to stay for days. But no, I look like I've finally got onto the Heavensward expansion. Yay!
Woo!
After about 50 million quests at level 50, I finally got there. Because it looks like the way that
4
everything's
weeks later.
Yeah, it's because of the way that they're all story-based quests and character progression. Even the quests after the main story that they've then patched in, leading up to the next expansion, are still in the way. So you sort of have to go through all the story. You can't skip onto an expansion. So you still had to go through them. But no, it's interesting. Lost a lot of characters, being betrayed by an entire nation. Duncan saw yesterday I took on a giant dragon.
Yeah, you did. What was his name?
Oh,
Vishar,
Fishpa or something like that.
Well,
Fishpa.
at least if you like story-based games anyway, so and lore and whatnot. So it's very lore. It makes you go through all the lore instead of just blazing over it.
Yeah.
It's got good points and good bad points.
Yeah. Yeah, no, true. I've saw something in an RPG that I've never seen before, though, and that was getting to a cutscene, and it said, "Warning, there will now be a sequence of cutscenes. Please make sure you've got ample time to view these before continuing."
Oh, it gives you the warning.
Yeah.
It's nice, though.
Warning, you're about to get Final Fantasied. Buckle the fuck up.
No, I just fucking less Final Fantasy, the more fucking Metal Gear Solided. Jesus, Metal Gear Solid 2 and its damn near 35-minute cutscene trip.
Oh, can't you make... There is actually a thing, was it, for 5, where you can actually turn it into a film?
Oh, you could just, make it a movie mode.
Yeah. Just have the cutscenes back to back and make a full-length movie out of it.
Yeah. Absolutely mad. Kojima, you're a madman. I will be happily playing Death Stranding when it comes out, but you are a madman. So, so that's happened. I will report later on how Heavensward is at, a later time. So,
Heavensward.
Yeah. So that ends what's been played, and now we go into our main event of the podcast.
Okay.
Welcome to the new segment called Take 5. What is Take 5? Well, it is our rank by committee, and what is up with you, Steph?
I'm messaging Duncan.
Steph's just being racist, quietly.
You're being
Don't worry about it.
racist.
Oh god, pair of racists.
We'll talk about it later. That's not a discussion that should be on the podcast.
Yeah, no.
Okay, no,
I
you know the
could
facial
probably gather
product?
it's not.
No, the facial product, Black Mask.
Oh God! All right, here we go.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
We'll get back to top 5 in a second.
Yeah, we'll go back to take 5.
I have an issue with blackheads on my nose, so I have it on my nose. And I sent Duncan a picture, so he's calling me a racist.
Fair.
That is it.
Okay,
not
it
too
turns
bad.
out that's not actually racist. It's just, it's insinuating. Anyway,
Cut
take
that out.
5.
So
Yeah.
take 5.
We are going to, occasionally rank lists of stuff. Someone wants to, rank stuff, but they want the help of other Immaterial gamers to do so. So we'll get together and we'll rank stuff by committee. This week, it's my
I say.
as the trial one. It's my topic. Next time, say Dan wants to, or say D wants to rank the top 5 anime-based fighting games. They could do.
Wait, depends on how you do the fighting game.
Yeah.
Well, actually, yeah.
Yeah, but the idea is that we will rank them generally on tight margins. So in this example, we're looking at League of Legends World Championship theme songs. There are 6.
I still love that we picked such a specific topic for our first top 5.
Yeah, it's a specific topic purely based on experience, though, because as I was saying, while in Blackpool on the weekend off,
on that trip.
Yeah, there's arcade cabinets for the VR game Beat Saber.
Okay.
And so there's two sort of very quick stories on it. So people were playing that game, and when they weren't pulling the headset without paying for the game, which sets off a giant alarm in the entire arcade, it's like seriously, someone pulls the headset and it's like, whoop, whoop, please do not pull the headset. Please insert credits and the headset will be released automatically. But it broadcast it across the entire arcade, so you would know if you pulled the headset. But people were playing it, and they were only playing one song. There are 6 songs in the list. There were 5 that were released by Beat Saber, and then there was 1 added later on. That one was Pop Stars by KDA.
Okay.
From the League of Legends, soundtrack, if we can call it that. So, and that was the first time I heard KDA. Duncan and Stefan have told me to listen to it. It's a good song. They weren't wrong. It's a good song. But it's not a World's Championship song. That had come up through watching this year's League of Legends World Series, or World Championship Series. It's playing now as we're recording.
I have to tell you this, I'm actually watching.
Steph is actually watching Worlds now. So, someone wants all that blue essence.
In the background.
Yeah, someone wants that blue essence. That's how that's working. But for every World Championship Series from 2014 onwards, there has been an official theme song recorded as a collaboration between an artist and Riot. Usually written by Riot, performed by the artist. Just as you do. So there are 6 of them, and we are going to rank the top 5.
So there is definitely one that's going to be dead weight.
Yeah, there is going to be one unfortunate victim of our ranking system. But I think we're all going to end up having the same sort of one. So the way this is going to work is each of us, one at a time, is going to explain how they feel about each of the 6 songs. They're then going to score each of the 6 from 5 points down to 0. Once we've all explained our songs, they'll be all totted up, and through the magic of podcast editing, we will have a definitive top 5. And that is then our top 5 and is 100% factually accurate to us.
To us and no one else.
Yeah.
Because I don't even listen to music on a regular basis, so I can't even call myself any kind of music critic.
Yeah. That's the thing.
I seem to stuck on the same one, playlist for last few months.
Yeah. So like me, you just got your playlist of songs that you like. On Spotify, I've got my ever-increasing playlist, which is at 326 songs now. But
I just listen to whatever Amazon gives me.
Yeah, it's all nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a little timer. As we're going to say, we'll be generous and say up to 5 minutes. Each person will be able to do their list.
I want to go last.
They'll be able to just fully
Top
explain.
to bottom or bottom to up?
However you wish to do it.
Can we do one at a time and just keep going to each other?
Oh, that's complicated.
No, it's not. Like, you first start off and go, right, Duncan, what's your number one? And then Danny, what's your number one?
Well, we would also have, if we were doing that, we would have to agree on what order we were going in.
True.
If we're doing
Yeah.
it like that way.
It's
Yeah, so just...
See,
yeah,
I
so
just went in the order of we are in Discord.
yeah.
I think it's more exciting. I personally think it's more exciting to go from worst to first, but
Yeah.
Duncan
If you want to go
goes
worst to first, we'll do...
first.
Yeah, you know what? We'll do worst to first. So, yeah. So based on that, who wants to go first?
Duncan,
Okay, Duncan, followed by...
Dana.
D, followed by me, followed
Dis-
by you, yeah?
Discord order.
Okay.
Is Discord ordered alphabetical?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
Well, it's alphabetical by username, which
Yeah.
also
Yeah, 'cause-
actually happens to be close to alphabetical order in real name. So, yeah.
Close. Yeah, it would just be me and Dan would swap.
Yeah.
Other than
Yeah.
that, we'd be perfect.
So, yeah, based on that. So, very quickly, we'll just go through the 6 songs. So, from 2014,
what was
Warriors
Warrior?
by Imagine Dragons. 2015's was Worlds Collide with artist I've completely forgotten the name of.
Nick Taylor.
Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
I'm all right down
after
here.
that,
don't have
then
the-
I
don't
can't
have
help
the
you.
dates.
Yeah, 2016's was Ignite featuring Zed. 2017's was Legends Never Die featuring Against the Current. 2018's was Rise featuring Mako, The Glitch Mob, and The Word Alive.
World Alive. Yeah.
And then there was 2019's, or the most recent one, Phoenix, featuring Caitlin Russo and the lead singer of Against the Current. Name?
Chrissy Costanza.
Thank you.
Oh, good.
Kaylin Russo, no relation to the Russo brothers of Marvel fame.
Yep.
And Chrissy
absolutely no
Costanza,
relation.
no relation to George Costanza of Seinfeld fame.
Yeah, exactly. So, based on that, with those 6, Duncan, go through your list, sir, and your time starts now.
Okay, so even though it's a top 5, there's actually 6 songs to talk about. Luckily, one of them doesn't take much thought at all. So, number 6, out my only 0, and genuinely the only song I didn't like in this list was Ignite by Zed. My main points of complaints for the song were just a lack of consistency, constant stopping and starting. It felt like 2 different songs were meshed together to make this composition. It just didn't work for me at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that one fell off for me. Number 5 for me was Phoenix 2019 by Russo and Costanza. I actually felt that it has a slightly better body than the next song that comes after this one. But I felt the vocals were kind of just a bit flat, not really bassy. Sometimes it didn't feel very exciting. It's just kind of dreary, in a lot of points. It doesn't really give you that like world championship feeling. Sounds like something you listen to on a rainy day. Rise is number 4.
Wait, what was
Tone
your
is
number
mostly Phoenix. Rise by the Glitch Mob, Mako, and World Alive. I felt that the tone was mostly okay, but the body was a little weak. It was mostly just bass, not enough. It just didn't have enough energy for me. The lyrics are strong enough, but the climax doesn't quite deliver on the Rise. It's just doesn't quite get there for me.
Okay.
Number 3 was Warriors by Imagine Dragons. Overall, a pretty good song. I felt like the orchestra really added a lot of body and energy to the song. I found the high notes for the lyrics to be somewhat on the grating side at times. Not really my cup of tea. But overall, a pretty good song. It's definitely not in Imagine Dragons among Imagine Dragons' best work. They definitely. I felt kind of like a beta version of Whatever It Takes in its general tone and delivery. I give it a special mention for having the best music video.
Okay.
Number
It's a good one.
So number 2 for me was Legends Never Die by Against the Current. I thought this was a really good song, and it was actually tied for a while with number 1. I had to listen to both of them again to really figure out which one I liked the most. I like that it starts off sort of gentle and somber before building up to a very strong chorus. The vocals were really good. The lyrics weren't quite as potent as number one. This is the one song on the whole list where I actually felt that the music video really helped the song. It really gave you that feeling of like, seeing these main characters sort of start off as like amateurs and failing and slowly getting better and better at their thing. It felt very much like in the spirit of League of Legends and esports and rising to the top through practice and rigor and all that. It was the one time where I felt like there was some synergy between the music video and the song itself. So yeah, it was pretty good. And lastly, but not obviously the opposite of least, for me was number one, Worlds Collide by Nick Taylor.
Okay.
Despite having zero music video whatsoever, I thought it was a really well-paced song with great vocals, good body, good bass, just overall a really good feeling song. It's hard to describe something you love in great detail, especially when you're not used to critiquing this sort of medium. But it was I like that it played with the tempo in interesting ways. Like the lyrics were faster when the music was slower, and the lyrics became slower and more deliberate and potent as the tempo of this music itself sped up.
Yeah.
Which was sort of exciting and different and fun. And yeah, that was my pick for number one, and that's my bottom to top 6 songs for the League of Legends World Championship themes, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, coolios. And nice timing as well, because that was about 10 seconds left.
Bam!
Boom.
I got through that.
Nailed it.
I love it.
I had
I
notes.
love even Darius's one even got Ignite as number 6.
Yay!
Oh, this is so great. I will put
So
Darius's in here as well to add them on. There isn't like the sort of the discussion, but it's in there. He's listened to them as well, so we will get that sorted. Right, D.
Oh,
Your
God.
time starts now, my friend.
And I've got to go from worst to best.
Worst to best.
Ironically, I think Ignite is actually near the top of the list of that one.
Ooh, okay, keep going. It's up for you.
No, 6 anyway.
Oh.
I've been trying to work out the ranking because each one I liked it for a different reason.
Mm-hmm.
And Ignite, I like the fact that it's 8-bit, but that's all it's pretty much got going for it. I like the 8-bit. I do like the 8-bit bit. Like it's got like an 8-bit theme. Because I do like 8-bit music.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's not got much more to it.
I have a question.
Okay.
I'm sorry to interrupt Danny's time. Was Ignite come out when the arcade skins came out?
Not a
Probably.
clue. No, later, because the arcade skins are out well before 2016.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Okay. D,
Um,
please continue.
So that's 6. Then the only ones I haven't really ranked is I liked Warrior, but it's actually going to be 5.
Ooh, okay.
Because I like the way I like the beat and pace and whatnot. Because I've got through some of them. I've got Phoenix for 4 because I like the lyrics.
Okay.
It's the tempo was thingy, but I liked how the lyrics worked. 3 is Legends Never Die, and what have I put for Legends Never Die? It kind of reminded me of Lacuna Coil a bit, and I like Lacuna Coil. It's basically it fits into the genres that I listen to.
Okay.
Rise kind of reminded me a little bit of Skrillex, but sort of like the tempo was a bit all over the place. It kind of like kept impacting every so often. What I kind of liked, leaving me with the same as Dunk, will collide.
Interesting. Okay.
I liked the way it worked. I just liked the whole metronome and everything. It's got the metronome, the lyrics. It all works for me.
Yeah.
I have more
Okay.
in common with Darius than you.
Interesting. No, it's very interesting. So is that your list finalised there, D?
As close as I can do. I wouldn't know how to rank them.
Okay, no, that's fine. I mean, if that's where your sort of listings, and it looks like it was a decent ranking, to be honest.
I've chose each one. I've give you each point of why I like the song, but Worlds Collide is the one that basically shone out the damn six of them. The rest of them all sort of like settle into each other.
Would you like to take a couple minutes to think about your rankings from 5 to 2 while we continue with the rest of the discussion?
If you do that, I'm just gonna get frizzled, and I'll have one of my anxiety things.
Well, I mean, if it's got on this, I mean, the list, because I went from the order that you've said them is sort of what I would consider your order to have been. So your 6th was Ignite,
Yep.
5th Warriors,
Yep.
4th Phoenix,
Yep.
3rd Legends Never Die,
Yep.
2nd Rise,
Yep.
1st Worlds Collide.
Yep.
Hmm.
That's what I got.
So
Yeah,
I'd say that's pretty definitive for what you've
and I'll
what
give
you've
you
said.
the reasons why I liked. I'll give you the reasons why I liked each song.
Yeah, so I'd say that's worked out well for you.
Okay, and my brain's trying to not overthink it because I'll have an anxiety thing again.
I mean, at the end of it, it's just a little.
You did kind of
less.
jump into this sort of last minute, so it's like if you don't have
I haven't
super
listened to these
concise
them all the
feelings
way through.
about it, then it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to them all the way through. I've just listened to bits of them to catch up the time.
Yeah, but you've managed to get a sort of an idea from each one.
Yeah, because I've listened to a lot of different musics, and I've done it to how I like my genres and whatnot.
Yeah, and that's that's how that works for you. So that's all good, right?
Okay. Was that good time?
I'd say there's some good timing. Yeah, you had about 10 seconds left by the end of it.
Woo!
So right, looking at the quick Discord message that we just had there.
That was me.
Okay.
I was
It's
replying
Stefan
to Darius' question to me.
Okay, fair enough. Right, well, in that case, I start my timer. So, yeah, this is not going to surprise any one of yous.
Ignite last.
Song 6 is Ignite. For me, when it comes to sort of songs, emotion and sort of how I feel and how it relates to me is very important for how a song sort of works in my head. And you know what? Musically, technically, it's a good song. Emotionally, I felt nothing.
Yeah,
it's one of those things where it's like I don't mean to step on your feet here, but it's like it is one of those things where it's like I don't know what mood I would have to be in to listen to Ignite, because it just has two very tonally different, components making up the basis of the song.
Mm. Yeah, no, exactly, and that's sort of where that came from to me. It's just like, in what situation other than watching a replay of the 2016 Worlds would I listen to this? And I couldn't find anything. So that goes on that list. Time to disappoint you opinion-wise. My 5th place is Worlds Collide.
Oh,
okay.
We're gonna be having a conversation about that later.
Yeah, I mean, like I say again, I mean, maybe some of this is sort of coming to the video, even though we sort of discussed that that's not sort of how things work. Yeah, you know what? There were some lyrics that sort of explained how, you would fight and how stuff would get together and, how you look to rise to the top. But not even on repeated listens, it didn't spark anything that I would have expected with that.
Okay.
So that's my number 5. Number 4 is Warriors.
I don't like you people.
See, I thought it was a good effort, and definitely as the first, a lot of people are going to remember that the most. I don't know if it's something that I find Imagine Dragons a bit inconsistent. Maybe I'm unfairly comparing it to some of their other work. It just didn't. It got there. It's a good song. I should probably go on this that even with Ignite, none of them are inherently bad. They're just not as good as the rest. So that's sort of where Warriors has come up to on that. 3rd is Phoenix, and until recently, I would have placed it higher.
I hate you even more.
But given what it is, lyrically, it's good. Sort of vocals, the statement it makes is good, but if anything, it is a dependence on knowing the background of the song before listening to
and
it.
the people that are in it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And there, at that point, it doesn't quite there.
Yeah, I
so
have to admit,
that's
I
why
didn't know the people in it, so it really did nothing for me.
Yeah,
The video
so
did
there's
nothing
that.
for me, so I'll explain how I judge these videos when it comes to me.
Yeah.
I skip
Second.
things. Yeah, what was second?
Yeah, second was Rise.
I hate you people. I seriously hate you people.
So,
Wow. You and me have very different lists.
yeah, I don't know. Again, maybe it's sort of this sort of electronic stuff. There's a lot of blends of type of music in there between sort of this like hard metal bits in between this electronica focused sort of song, and in my head it tells a story to a point, and it sort of worked and sort of got me sort of emotionally charged that way. So that's my number 2 pick. Number
You have
one,
like a Skrillex theme for me.
yeah. Number 1 at that point, that means it's Legends Never Die. Again, like D, this is my sort of music. That was only sort of one component to it. It's also, again, lyrically, vocally, it just sort of fit into place, tells its story, and I think it hypes stuff up, in a suitable manner. So yeah, that's my top 5, and what a surprise, we got about 10 seconds left. So
We're doing really good at this so far.
yeah, so that's all good there. So
Steph, why do you hate us all?
yeah, so please go through your list and hate us all.
Do you ignite? Perfectly fine. I'm fine with that. One.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm happy with all of your ignites. That does belong in 6. And the way I rated these is I don't rate it by the type of. I like any type of song. I swear.
Okay.
To God. I'll listen to anything. Fuck's sake, I listen to Lily Allen. What does that tell you?
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Ignite. With me, with this, I kind of went like, okay, it's for League of Legends. With me, I just went, okay, I have to be able to close my eyes, and when I listen to this song, I have to be able to somehow picture League of Legends while listening to this song.
Fair enough.
Ignite had no way of doing that. It was all over the place.
Which is ironic because it was probably like the only one where like there was any degree of like League of Legends references.
Oh
like,
yeah,
like Ignite being an ability.
That was the only thing it did though. It referenced
a character.
That was it. That was only time it was referencing, but nothing else.
I'm not playing devil's advocate. I'm saying it's ironic.
Else, it was like everything else of it. It was like you've not got the tempo of it. It's like if I was watching an advert for League, if that was on the advert, I'd just switch the channel. It'd be like that was terrible. So yeah, that's my number 6. My number 5, League Legends Never Die.
Ooh.
Okay. It's funny because I just swapped my top 1 and 2 around.
Oh, okay.
Thinking about it again, I actually think I like Legends That Never Die more than Worlds Collide, just a little bit.
With me again, with this, I started the last with 3, 4, and 5. I found tricky. I was like, I'd put that one there, and if you look at my piece of paper, I've got arrows going here, there, everywhere. Going, I'll switch these with this.
Is it like a conspiracy board?
Yeah, between 3, 4, and 5, it's conspiracy.
Okay.
And again, it wasn't the fact. It was the tempo of it. It was more the thing for me that I had the thing. It starts off way too slow for what I'd think League, especially for trying to get new players or especially the way they hype stuff up. Well, Riot and that tends to hype stuff up. To me, it's too slow. While some of the other songs in this list, like, go right off the bat, tempo going straight off, flying. So that's why I've put that one number 5. Rise. No wait, Phoenix is my number. See, this is where I'm getting confused now with the fucking arrows.
So Phoenix was your
Phoenix
number
is
4.
my number 4.
Okay.
Basically, for the same reason, I put. I believe it was the same reason. I can't remember now. Oh God, I'm getting confused. Arrows.
That's fine.
Brain hurts.
I'm pretty sure it was for the same reason of Legend Never Die. It was a bit too, to me, it was a bit too slow. I think it was.
Yeah.
Okay. It is kind of slow.
Well, Rise was my number 3, where it was slow at the beginning, but when I sat there and listened to it with my eyes shut, I could still picture LOL with it. It's like, I might not be able to picture the whole hype of the LOL, but just the feeling of a game.
Mm.
Like the whole build-up of... It was like that slow build-up of you getting your items and going down a lane, to then it build-up of you, then the fight happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get exactly what you mean.
See, we all looked at this completely different.
Yeah, we did.
My number 2 is Ryan's number 5, Worlds Collide.
Okay.
Right off the bat, the tempo, I think, was hitting it. It was pulling up all the things of the hype that they always tried doing of League. It's always like, yeah, go on, yes, you're doing it. It was like, it was hitting that. The fact, I have to admit, the video did play a little bit with this on me.
Mm.
It was just simple. It did it was the whole simpleness of that, and that did play a little bit with that. But I have to admit, I would have happily have put that second, even without that simple little video of the diamond going round. But the tempo of it hit it straight off the bat, and everyone's least favourite thing for number 1, Warriors.
Okay.
I don't listen to much Imagine Dragon. I'll happily put that out there.
Yeah.
I do every now and then. But I have listened to this song before I even knew it was for League, actually. And I've pictured this for League before. So as soon as you told me Warrior was for this, I knew it was going to be my number 1.
Good choice. No, that's fine.
This is something that while playing LoL, I've listened to. And I have felt like, especially playing Garams, because that game is made for, this song is made for an Aram fucking song.
Yeah, just straight up 5v5 fights.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. So we got 4 peoples, and we're going to add Darius is the producer for this week's podcast.
I'm having a really hard time. My number 1 and 2 are so fluid. I'm going back and forth. I came in here with Worlds Collide at number 1, then I moved it down to 2 because I think Ryan made some pretty salient points, and then Steph kind of makes me lean back towards putting it at number 1 again. I'm not that you made it number 1 or anything, but like
for the reasons
your points for it make me want to put it back up to number 1. So I'm not really sure.
Yeah,
I think I'm at a point where I've decided that I like Worlds Collide better as I think I like Legends Never Die better as a song, but I think Worlds Collide might be a better LoL song. I don't know what to make of it.
Yeah. I mean, if we think of this as top League of Legends world songs, in that opinion, Worlds Collide to you would be above on that list. Let's say if it was songs. I guess if it was songs that were used in LoL, it's a slight change of definition, but it sort of fits in.
I think.
Are we gonna?
I think I'm at peace with the fact that I'm okay with Worlds Collide being number 1 for me. I'm cementing it in with Legends Never Die number 2.
Okie doke. Right, so
my
for
nose
Darius
is free.
Yeah, so for Darius, his list. Surprising no one. 0 points, Ignite.
Didn't even mention it in his comment.
Yeah. And then his 5th is Phoenix. His 4th was Rise. His 3rd, Worlds Collide. 2nd was Warriors. And 1st was Legends Never Die. With what he's put in the message is, Legends Never Die is one of my most replayed songs on Spotify. So that clearly is in his list.
That is a strong testimony for Legends Never Die.
Yeah. So we're going to do some podcast magic, and we're going to tabulate these lists, and we're going to just quickly get them all.
Extrapolations and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so Ryan,
Yes.
after all this deliberation, what's the score?
Yeah, so we've deliberated, and clearly in 6th place, and unfortunately not entering the top 5 of Take 5, is Ignite, with a respectable 0 points.
By the way, for us to like making these decisions, seeing that it actually really happened, I just want a little animation. Well, not an animation, just like doors banging, people shouting, and that's how, because you know that's how that happened.
Bit like crowd voting, a bit like the House of Commons.
Yeah. I'd like my good sir.
Yeah, the right honourable gentleman.
Gentleman. Would he like to tell me?
Okay.
You know how that's how discussions go.
Indeed, definitely.
Order in the court!
Yep, order in the court. Right, okay, speaking of order in the court, we continue. Number 5 in our top list is Phoenix with 9 points. Then we've had to add deliberation points.
Do we want to maybe like briefly go over like what a consensus was for why we got these songs to where they were?
Okay, number 6.
Like 6.
Number 6. No one had.
Nobody liked Ignite. Generally speaking, the inconsistency and strange tone was just
It didn't fit a lot.
off-putting.
Yeah.
It did not feel like League of Legends.
Yeah,
And
indeed. Phoenix,
so it fell
again.
off.
Yeah. Phoenix, again, it had good it had good composition lyrically
It felt
and
like LOL.
musically, and slightly felt like LOL, but was weaker compared to the other songs further up the list.
Just doesn't give you that bang
Yeah.
that you're looking for.
It kind of lulls you a little bit.
Yeah. And then, at that point, we determined, because we've had 2 ties for first and for third, so we've given deliberation points to the songs. So our 4th place, with 15 points, is Rise. Again, something a bit experimental in the mixing of music, and a bit more of a story than was told in Phoenix, but compared to others on the list.
Opinions were probably the most mixed on Rise overall.
Yeah.
I think our opinions on the song varied most widely on Rise over other songs.
Yeah, I would say definitely. Then that means...
But it averaged out to just kind of middle of the road.
Yeah. Same on that middle of the road, but with the deliberation point added, at 16 points we had Warriors.
Because it is
By Imagine Dragons.
a little bit.
It was always going to be the idea of it being the first Worlds song. It was always going to stick in people's
going to get
heads
somewhere
and-
high.
Yeah.
If this was top 10, I'd always expect it to reach somewhere in the top 5.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
It was a strong first outing for the World's theme song tradition.
Yeah.
An early strong appearance by Imagine Dragons.
And I have to admit, it's one of the most, out of the people in this list, next to the person who actually written Worlds Collide, because I've actually heard that name before, I just don't know where. That, what was it, Taylor?
Nick Taylor.
Nick Taylor. I've heard Nick Taylor's name before.
Yeah.
But Imagine Dragons is the biggest one they seem to have had.
Yeah. So then...
Overall, just not Imagine Dragons A game, but a solid B+.
Absolutely. So then that leads to number 2. Again, deliberation points were gained. So with 18 points was
I'd have happily took points
Legends.
off it.
Steph would have happily took points off it, but there were, a lot more people in this discussion.
He would have only put it to 17. It would have still been second.
Yeah, Stefan's... aside from Stefan, most of us place Legends Never Die pretty highly.
Yeah.
For the song itself, yes. But for what it was meant to do, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the general consensus for Legends Never Die was that many of us think it was one of, if not the best songs overall, but there was just a certain element of it that didn't quite fit in as
that we needed.
a perfect League of Legends hype song.
I judged on a completely different level than you people.
Yeah.
That's what we have to expect.
Yeah, and that's what we like, because, with an open thing of how to judge the songs, that's how you get these wilding results. But number 1, that left Worlds Collide with 19 points because of the deliberation point. Just an all-rounder.
I'd happily
Not
say
necessarily
it has 18
everyone's
still,
cup of tea.
and Legends went down 70.
Thanks, Steph. But yeah, so there we go. We locked it down. That's the list, according to us. You know, if you got difference of opinion on that list, you can always leave a comment or get in touch on the social medias and explain why we are so right or wrong.
Oh, by the way, while we did our comments and judging and everything else, my nose has become free and clean.
Oh, that's good. That's very good.
I thought people
it's
may be
free.
judging me by becoming blackface, as Duncan put it. As I am not doing that, I'm just doing facials.
Bad man.
I
Very
know,
bad
isn't
man,
he?
Bad man.
Very bad man. Jack Badman, as he's now known in Resident Evil. Jack Badman.
Jack Badman, yep.
So, yeah. So, thank you for listening to this week's podcast. That was a little experiment. So, like I say, the floor is now open. If any one of the Immaterial gamers wants to do a topic for Take 5, go for it.
Okay.
We'll all join in, and we'll resolve more stuff by committee, because it seemed to work.
Maybe
Bizarrely.
we'll work on the scoring system a little better so that we can reduce the chance of ties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
You have
sort
to
it out.
you give it some way of ridiculous points to like number 1 and number 2, number 3, number 4. So even if you had a weird mix-up, they would never add up to the same.
Yeah. That's
Unless everyone...
it's a working process.
I don't even know what we could do as a thing, actually. Why is it I only just got the goddamn item today, and why am I getting a thing? Please leave us feedback. Fuck off.
So we'll thank Stefan, his angry Amazon reviews.
Maybe what we'll do for next time, right? Instead of ranking them individually, we'll just assign them a score, and then we'll just add up the scores, and then the totals determine the top 5 or whatever.
Yeah. Work in progress. We will certainly get that sorted. So make sure to like, share, subscribe, follow the playlists. Make sure you've got them entering your ear holes. Remember, we are not just on the YouTube, but we are on Spotify.
Ear holes. I totally thought you said a-holes.
Oh, ear holes. Yeah, on the
listen
Spotify.
I like to listen to podcasts with my anus.
And remember to follow us on the social medias at Immaterial Gamer on Twitter, at facebook.com/immaterialgamers. And until next week, thank you, Dee, Steph, and Duncan.
Woo.
Been fun being here.
Yeah. And until next time, hide your kids, hide your vacuum cleaners.
Kill the Rumbas, they're taking jobs from vacuums.
Bad machines. See you later.
Bye.
Later.